Good day everyone. Welcome to Teacher Julie channel. Hello everyone. We have our new lesson in MAPEH 8, which is all about ways and measures to prevent the STIs. This will be the first quarter topic, week 3 and 4, day 7 and 8, and this lesson is under the MATATAG curriculum. For the objectives, by the end of the lesson, 80% of the learners will be able to. First is to identify and describe various methods for preventing the transmission of sexually transmitted infections, including the abstinence, vaccination, condom use, communication, and education. The second one is to demonstrate the proper technique for using condoms and other barrier methods effectively to prevent STI transmission. And the third one is to exhibit empathy and non-judgmental attitude when discussing societal factors that can impact access to STI prevention and treatment, such as stigma, discrimination, and healthcare inequities. For the explicitation, the students will answer the following guide questions. For the first question, what are some ways you can protect yourself from getting sexually transmitted infections or STIs? The way to protect yourself from getting sexually transmitted infection is through abstinence. It is the most effective way to avoid STIs is to abstain from sexual activity altogether. Abstinence eliminates the risk of contracting an infection through sexual contact. Another way to protect yourself from getting sexually transmitted infection is through the use of condom. Consistently and correctly using condoms, either male or female, during sexual intercourse, oral sex, and other sexual activities can significantly reduce the risk of STI transmission. Condoms create a physical barrier that blocks the exchange of bodily fluids. Another way to protect yourself from getting STI is through regular STI testing. Getting regularly tested for STIs, even if you don't have any symptoms, is essential for early detection and prevention. Many STIs can be asymptomatic, so regularly screening is the only way to know your status. Another way to protect yourself from getting sexually transmitted infection is through communication with partners. Have open and honest conversation with your sexual partners about STI testing history, current status, and the importance of practicing safe sex. This allows you both to make informed decisions about your sexual health. Another way to protect yourself from getting sexually transmitted infection is through limit number of your partners. Reducing the number of sexual partners you have can lower your overall risk of exposure to STIs. The more partners you have, the higher the chance of contracting an infection. For the second guide question, why is it important to use protection like condoms during sexual activity to prevent STIs? So the answer for this is that condoms, it serves as the barrier protection. So condoms create a physical barrier that helps block the exchange of bodily fluids such as semen, vaginal fluids, and blood, which are the primary means of STI transmission during the sexual contact. By acting as a barrier, condoms significantly reduce the risk of contracting infections like HIV, chlamydia, gonorrhea, and syphilis. For the third guide question, how often do you think it's important to get tested for STIs and why? So the answer for this is for early detection. So many STIs can be asymptomatic, meaning can be infected person may not experience any noticeable symptoms. And regularly testing is the only way to identify an infection in its early stages before it can be unknowingly passed on to sexual partners. Early detection allows to prompt treatment and management of the infection. Another importance of getting tested for STI is by preventing the transmission. So by getting tested and knowing your STI status, you can take appropriate steps for or to prevent transmitting any infections to your partner. This helps break the cycle of transmission and to protect the sexual health of your community. Sharing your testing history with partners also allows for informed conversation about the risk and the prevention. Another important of getting tested for STI is for managing the infection. If an STI is detected through testing, prompt treatment can be initiated to manage the infection and to reduce the risk of complications. So many STIs can be effectively treated, especially when caught early. Ongoing monitoring through regular testing is also important for ensuring successful treatment. The following are the understanding methods and strategies for preventing the STIs. So the first one is the abstinence. So it is a complete avoidance of sexual contact. It's the only certain way to prevent the STIs. And the second one is the vaccination. So vaccines are available for some STIs such as HPV and hepatitis B. And the third one is the condom use. Correct and consistent use of condoms greatly reduces the risk of many STIs. The fourth one is communication. So open discussions with partners about STI testing and sexual history. And the fourth one is the education. So being informed about STIs and how they are transmitted. The following are the importance of comprehensive sex education. So it provides accurate information about STIs, prevention, and sexual health. Another one is it empowers individuals to make informed decisions about their sexual behavior. Also, it can dispel myths and misconceptions that contribute to the spread of STIs. The following are the role of barrier methods. So the first one is condoms. So they are highly effective in preventing the transmission of STIs that are spread through bodily fluids. Another one is dental dams. These barriers reduces the risk of transmission during oral sex. Another methods and strategies for preventing STIs is mutual monogamy. This involves two partners agreeing to be sexually active only with each other. It reduces the risk of STIs provided both partners are uninfected. Another methods and strategies for preventing STIs is regular STI testing and early treatment. So regular testing can detect STIs early, often before symptoms occur. Then early treatment can cure many STIs and prevent transmission to others. The following are the societal factors. So the first one is the stigma and discrimination. This can discourage individuals from seeking information, testing, and treatment. The second one is to access to health care, ensuring that everyone has access to STI testing and treatment is crucial. And the third one is public policy. Laws and policies can support or hinder STI prevention efforts.